day and a long wait for a decider game in a series. We are finally there, right? We had two best of threes before this one that both ended Lakem Nihao versus Sigma YNT. Lakem won, Team Sexy beat No Sorry. Nemiga, the team that has already secured its spot at Division 1, is now playing versus MoneyMakers. They did crush them in game number 1, but in game number 2, it was the other way around. Of course, this game number 2 was probably the most exciting game that we've had, but MoneyMakers, they were ahead all the time. So there wasn't like a point in the game where we would say Nemiga are stronger. There were points of the game where Nemiga looked like they could find good fights. They were getting into fights from good angles, but in the end, it just was not good enough. They will lose, and a decider will be forced out. So let's see if MoneyMakers can actually threaten the perfect score of Nemiga. For MoneyMakers, this match means as much as it does for Nemiga. I mean, they're not going to Division 1. That's a given. But they would like to be placed a little bit better on the chart for sure. So we'll see if that's something that they can make happen. The only teams that have a shot of going to Division 1 are Lakem Nihao and Team Sexy. And for that to happen, Team Sexy needs to beat Navi Jr. tomorrow. Lakem Nihao needs to lose to Cybercats. And then Team Sexy needs to win the tiebreakers there. So overall, it's more likely that it's going to be Nemiga and Lakem Nihao that fight each other. But we'll find out. We'll find out what's going to be happening there. We still don't know. We don't know how many tiebreakers we're gonna have. We're gonna have some at least, though we could have a lot of those. We'll find out overall. But for now, we can focus on the game in front of us, and that is MoneyMakers versus Nemiga Gaming. There is some banter here in the chat. There's seems to be some talk about penalties and stuff like that. We'll see if that's gonna be the case. They're talking, the admins are talking in Russian, so I don't understand everything that they're saying. We should be getting into the draft soon though, because everybody is ready. The sides have been chosen, and it is gonna be MoneyMakers on Dire, and Nemiga are gonna have the first pick, and the Radiant side seems like the teams mostly prefer Radiant, but MoneyMakers, they are going to be going to the Dire side this time around. With that being said, we do have a draft on our hands, people. So let's get into it to see which heroes we're going to be enjoying here in the third game of this best of 3 series. Finally, a decider of the day. The first 3-game day that we had here in the Eastern European DPC, it went the whole 9 games, right? There is a chance that we have 6 games today like we had in the second week on the third day, but we weren't so unlucky this time around. We were lucky enough to see the last one. And Nemiga, they're not going to be playing versus Muerta. They were like, yeah, Lucas did way too much damage. These guys are not Cybercats, and Muerta is a little bit too strong, and I agree. The hero is a little bit busted currently. We'll see if there is gonna be a change there to the hero, but if you don't ban out the bounty, Nemiga will pick it up. That's a hero that really did bring them the victory in game number 1 though. The hero still does have weaknesses. I think Nemiga and teams in general might not be drafting that well around it, because I see a clockwork with it as another support, something like a Lich, CM, those types of heroes. Those are the things you want. And MoneyMakers, they're gonna get the clockwork themselves, so that's a tanky hero that the bounty doesn't really like to get close to. If he does, he can very easily die. The bounty likes to go in and out. Well, against the clockwork, he can go in. Out is it's a bit of a different story. The DP comes out. We've seen Vipers be a response to the Death Prophet, so Nemiga could go for that one. It can be a mid hero with can lane with the Bounty Hunter, mid lane, safe lane, doesn't matter. So if they want to, they can definitely take it. Something I like to see, like a Queen of Pain, Batrider. Those are the types of heroes that I'd love to see here. Just something that does a lot of damage and does get involved into a ton of kills. Oh, my tea is super hot. But let's see. Amiga, what's it gonna be? I'd love to see a Drow Ranger as well, though you do not reduce the healing with your shard any longer. You need the Aghanim Scepter for that. The shard is like the thing that gets you on the high ground. It's weird. I didn't try it out, so I don't really know how it looks. The explanation is... how does it say? Drow Ranger creates a hill of ice beneath her. While standing on the hill, attackers gain bonus attack range and high ground advantage. They cannot miss and gain flying vision. Drow Ranger additionally gets bonus multi-shot arrows per wave while on the hill. Oh, okay. Front of the hill obscures vision and cannot be moved through. Nice. Oh, there's a PL coming out. Violent is a big one on this one. Clockwork and the DP don't do anything to him, and now you just need to protect him. Darkseer is a great one. Lesh is another one as well. The Underlord, I think, is being removed for sure. Underlord for sure. The Lesh, people seem to stay away from the hero for some reason.
10 seconds remaining.
Though the hero has been getting constant nerfs for a very long time. Bloodstone nerfed once, twice, third time. The Lesh nerfed a little bit every single time as well. So he's just not as strong as he was like a couple of months ago. That just goes to show, guys, you have to go to the gym. You have to exercise every single day. It doesn't have to be the gym. Go do some body weight training. Doesn't really matter. But if you let yourself go, you will become weaker. That's what happened to the Lesh. He thought he was the strongest one. Well, not any longer. They will ban out the Naga Siren, so they want to be dealing with that one. PL, I mean, he's mostly physical damage dealer. So against the high armor Naga, not going to be doing all that much. Though I'm not sure if MoneyMakers would have wanted that hero. I still think Underlord is a must ban here. That's a hero that we've seen quite a lot of ever since the patch came out, and it's like the illusion hero counter.
10 seconds remaining.
Like, you definitely hate all of his spells as an illusion based hero.
5 seconds remaining.
But they're taking their time, so Nemiga, they might not think so. Maybe they want to pick it up themselves, which I don't know if I would agree. You don't really have the heroes to keep people in the pit of malice. Then again, neither do MoneyMakers currently. That could change with the other two picks next to it. Nemiga are unsure. I'm very surprised. When you pick a PL this early, you should know, okay, we don't want to play against this, this, and this. That's it. Like, those heroes, out of the question. But they don't have those heroes. Violent. To give his team
Dire team ban.
Little bit of an info there. They will get rid of the Storm, so they're expecting this to be an offlane DP, I guess. The only thing they were really afraid of was the Darkseer. He might be the strongest one, really. PL illusions from the wall, once they start multiplying with the juxtapose, it can be an issue. It really can be, and that illusion does a ton of damage. MoneyMakers, they got rid of the Puck, they got rid of the Timber Saw. They don't want to be playing against these mobility heroes, so maybe an Ember comes to mind, though you have a DP, so at least laning stage wise you would be able to deal with him. A Queen of Pain for me is a good ban, because the burst provided versus the DP is something that she hates, plus pushing her away so their Spirit Siphons do not connect properly. And laning stage wise, you don't really like playing against those mobile heroes. I'm actually surprised that Nemiga didn't pick up a Timber Saw. They could have done it. Maybe they feel it's a little bit too hard versus the Clockwork and the DP. They'll ban out the Snapfire, and the Phoenix does come out. PL is solid at dealing with the Phoenix. Mirana is in the pool out of the supports if you want to go that route. You could go for a Beastmaster as well if you want more ways to deal with the Phoenix Egg. But overall, on paper, the PL is okay. You have the Doppelganger to remove the Fire Spirits. You're going to have the Manta as well. You build into a lot of stats, so you should be able to take it down. And the Phantom's Rush, the extra agility and the attack speed is just insane. I don't know if I would like the Mirana, to be
Radiant
honest.
team pick.
They're gonna go for the Rubik. I like this better. You now have a damage dealer support that can do well in the later team fights. You're very good versus the Clockwork because you can get him away from yourself. The Crypt Swarm is a good spell to steal. I guess you're stealing spells from the DP here. You don't care about the two supports here if you're the Rubik. The Beastmaster is still
5
available,
seconds
so
remaining.
I wouldn't hate it. Would be a lot of vision though. Nemiga Gaming could run into damage problems. It's not impossible. Nemiga,
Dire team pick.
they're gonna go for the bat. Okay, there's the hero that I wanted to see. Clockwork and the Phoenix don't do much to you. The hookshot can be annoying. You do really well versus the Death Prophet. You don't care about the Spirit Siphon because you do so much damage. The Slark is a perfect one. Like, there's not a better pick than the Slark here for MoneyMakers. And Lucas is a big Slark player as well. Like, look at all the things that you're going to be able to remove. Plus, the Dark Pact is very good versus the PL Illusions. The only question is, does he go for a Battle Fury Slark? That would be cool. We have seen that in the past. So now he's going to be Nemiga that are getting rid of the Queen of Pain. Understandably so. And MoneyMakers, you want to get rid of heroes that apply a lot of pressure to the Slark. The Mars, the Underlord, those are the ones that come to mind. Enigma, yeah, that would be a hard one to deal with the Phoenix Slark. And Vazia does play it quite a lot. Oh, this is a good Slark game. Really solid one. And the thing is that Nemiga, they do need a fast frontliner. Maybe they put Vazia on the Bounty Hunter, though. That would be a good one. Bounty Hunter Rubik is a pretty solid lane, and you constantly poke the Slark, so you probably won't be able to commit. Plus, he definitely hates playing against the Bounty Hunter, just like any melee hero. Nemiga, they get rid of the Ember. Okay, this could be an offlane DP. You probably do want to get something else. An Ember in Eastern Europe is considered the Batrider counter, even though other regions see it differently. MoneyMakers, they're gonna get rid of the Necro. They're believing this is gonna be a support bounty. I think it's a core bounty. Just play a core bounty. Get a hero to lane with the PL.
5 seconds
Mirana.
remaining.
No, Jakiro. Don't get the Jakiro. Is there anything else that's good? The Snapfire is banned out. It would have been perfect, but very easy ban out for MoneyMakers considering they wanted the Phoenix.
Dire team pick.
We're gonna go for the Primal Beast. Okay, so it is gonna be a support bounty. Probably laning with the Primal Beast, though I cannot be 100% certain. I would guess that you do want two melee heroes versus the Slark rather than the two melee heroes versus the
10
DP.
seconds remaining.
It's not gonna be the easiest lane, but if the Slark makes a mistake, he can easily die versus the Rubik Primal Beast. I'll go for the LC. I guess you send the LC to the mid lane. We've seen an LC picked versus the Viper today. It fell flat on his face, and Vierch is taking it. Okay. It's a good counter to the bat in any part of the game. You can remove the track, you can remove the lasso, you can remove the pulverize, the lift, pretty much anything. And it is a great hero versus the PL in lane. I actually can't believe I forgot about this one. It crushes the PL in lane. Like, completely and utterly. I love MoneyMakers lineup. I actually think they got this. I actually think they can beat Nemiga because their lineup, it is amazing. You don't have much for the Phoenix egg. The Slark is an amazing pick. The laning stage is pretty solid for MoneyMakers. They could have issues with the Batrider. If the mid lane does go a little bit too heavily in Malrein's favor. But if Yegor is safe, if Yegor keeps tabs on where Hellscream is and doesn't die to Malrein, I actually think this is it's a pretty good one for MoneyMakers. Yeah, both teams do have their timings, but Violent, he is countered. He is countered. The Phoenix Egg, the Slark, the LC, they can deal with illusions pretty well themselves, and Slark is just so huge in this game. If MoneyMakers don't get stomped by Nemiga, which Nemiga winning this thing. In Nemiga, they haven't lost the series just yet. The last one, that'll be pretty big, and then maybe they might be facing a tiebreaker versus Suelekum Nihao. which would be cool to see a tiebreaker for spot number 1. See Lakem Nihao try to get the revenge on Nemiga, but they're probably gonna do their best just to end it right here and now. If they're 7-0, then nobody can threaten their authority. But we'll see. We'll see how it ends up going. It is definitely a cool draft from both sides. The last pick, LC, I love it, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm going for MoneyMakers here. With that being said, guys, we are gonna be hopping into the last game of the day here. But before it, a word from our sponsors.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And there we are back into the game of Dota, the beautiful world here for the 7th and last time for the day. Tomorrow is the last day of the regular season here in Division 2 in the Eastern European DPC. So we do want to enjoy Dota as much as possible. There are going to be some disconnects from Vazia. Hopefully he does get everything back up and running. And there it is. He will be ready to battle once again. We can see him on the camera. And hopefully he's going to be coming back into it fairly soon. Nemiga still favored quite heavily in this series, understandably so. They are still the undefeated team, have only lost 3 maps, but the 4th one might be coming here with this really cool draft coming out from MoneyMakers. The last pick, LC, definitely caught Nemiga by surprise, and Violent, he is already biting his nails there, like, guys, this hero kind of destroys the PL. Whenever you use the doppelganger in lane, bam, overwhelming odds, goodbye illusions, goodbye half of your HP. As I mentioned, we did see one LC today fall flat on its face versus a Viper in the mid lane, but this is an off-lane LC, and this lane really should be very easy for him. Really very, very easy.
30 seconds to battle.
Let's see where the Rubik will be laying. Picked it up. It was so bad, so yeah, it is going to be a safe lane Rubik. It's better that way. The bounty can be annoying to the Slark. He cannot really be annoying to the LC all that much. He's gonna be smacked down. Vierch, he's already performing his victory dance there. As our favorite baboon would say, you don't need pants for the victory dance, but LC does have one. Lucas. This is a big game for the Slark. He did take some damage there though, so he will be eating a tango. And Hellscream starting off with the blood grenade. He wants skills here. He wants to be able to murder. Let's start off with the invis. I want to see how this lane goes for them. MoneyMakers, did they have the sentries on the Phoenix? No. Well, this Phoenix is gonna have to be careful when it comes to the fight between him and the bounty. He's definitely gonna be losing. Lucas being very aggressive. The blood grenade was already used, and Hellscream has to run away. Bounty has a lot of movement speed as a hero, but you don't want to be messing with a Slark that has already stolen some of your stats. That's 2 melee heroes versus the Phoenix and the Slark. Not gonna end too well. Look at Lucas just standing his ground. Let's go, you guys versus me. For now, he's the one that's getting the better end of the trade. Lucas gonna be smacked there by Hellscream a little bit. He's just poking on the Slark as much as he can, pushes him into the tower, which is big. Blair bringing in some more creeps here, while Hellscream, when there are no fire spirits, he can do whatever he wants, because these guys, they don't really do that much in terms of physical damage, and he has a ton of armor, so he's gonna be able to survive through it. Bottom lane. Violent is farming well. He is pushing out the lane though, so things are going okay-ish here for the LC2, but he's kind of low on Vierch, and level 1, that is when you really want to apply the pressure with these two. And Violent, he's not done with the pressure just yet. Vierch is low, and he's gonna be using that to his advantage as much as possible. Courier barely survives. Run away, little chinchilla. Hellscream almost lost that one. They still don't have vision for him. They don't even have the dust just yet. It's being delivered as we speak, but I mean, he's getting the sentries too. There's gonna be a sentry ward there in the lane as well. And Bounty doesn't have a sentry of his own, so he's not prepared. I got a new mousepad, which is an Illidan mousepad, and now I'm just talking about not being prepared all the time. He gets the overwhelming odds out, but the blood grenade is there. He's actually dropping down one more hit. He's living. He's living. He's alive. He will be able to get out of it. And now there's a blood grenade. This is how you use it. He does have the fairy far. So bad. Should be able to live. Gets caught inside of the cogs. He's definitely dead. And Vierk, he wanted that kill. He's gonna be getting that kill there with the overwhelming odds. Nice way to start off the game, considering that he was having some issues. Okay, so now overwhelming odds is around your hero Violent. He's fighting until death here, and let's see who's overwhelming odds. Not gonna be enough to kill him. Violent is fine. Gets given a tango as well.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
So the LC now cannot choose where the overwhelming gods go, so you have to get close to the PL. Okay, that makes it a little bit weaker versus the PL overall, because you have to get close to him. Of course, he's going to be getting close to you, but it's not ideal. Definitely not. Hellscream, he has his Janata. It's time to take a look at Lucas's pockets. What do you have in your dirty little pockets? It's just going to be money. Mid lane, Malrine doing well. Yegor, he's doing well as well. He's just constantly applying pressure to the Batrider, and Malrine, he cannot threaten the life of the DP when he's constantly losing some of his HP. It's kind of annoying for sure to be playing this lane, but okay, Violent, he gets a kill on Vierk. We'll be losing so bad, but in game number 1, if we've learned something, so bad dying is so good, because every time he dies, you get a better trade, which was the case now as well. That's really weird that an LC is losing versus a PL lane. I have to say, I've almost never seen that happen. Change the overwhelming odds seems to be making a big difference, and to be honest, it is, because use the doppelganger defensively, you get away, and he cannot follow you with the overwhelming odds. So Bignum is in the top lane. He did come through the twin gate. Wants to make something happen there, but that just means that he leaves Vierk alone. Vierk is all alone in the bottom lane, being smacked down. Who wants that Vanguard? The question is, how fast will you get it? Vazia gets himself away, and the rotation from Moneymakers, it's not gonna be good. But let's see a rotation from Hellscream. Can he threaten the life of Yegor? Yegor seems to know. Malrine, he does have the lasso, so it's not hard to get this kill. Exorcism at the ready, not that much mana, and the Arcane Rune on the Batrider, so he definitely wants to use that lasso now. Pierre getting gone on, taking a ton of damage there. This Phantom's Rush is gonna be up in 3 seconds. Vierk, he might actually die here. Going for it, Violent Vierk, he's standing his ground there, and will be able to live with the moment of courage. Picking him. On the other hand, you do not have any ways to keep yourself alive. Just have the stick charges, so we'll be okay. Vierk, he came back to die. There's gonna be a Phantom's Rush. Violent, he goes for it. One more hit. Not gonna be there. Doesn't have the damage necessary in his illusion. It's not gonna be good enough. Violent will have to eat through the cogs. It's Vierk. He's being hunted. He's being hunted by the bounty hunter. Bignum taken down. Vierk, he's about running in with the overwhelming gods. Where's the bounty? He is hunting for some heads. Or he's coming over as well. They want to kill Violent. He's definitely going to be able to go into Vierk. Violent needs to get to the low ground. He's going to be able to dodge the crit storm. He's alive. Violent lives. Woohoo! And they brought down Vierk there with the Fade Bolt. Yegor, his rotation. It's not going to be good. Whilst Malrine is going to be doing a ton of damage to this tower with the siege creep. Yegor might want to come back, but TPing aggressively. That could be bad for your health. Violent dropping low. Does have a doppelganger again. He's going to be surviving, just running away from Bignum. And he's chasing the wrong one. He might be able to finish off so bad. So at least that's something. Oh, he gets himself away. LC coming, overwhelming goals. No, he's going to be using the attack on him. He's really chasing forward for this one. He wants the kill. There's the overwhelming gods. It goes through the raindrop, and then the rocket finishes the job. And Vazia, speaking about being finished, he will be taken down. Bignum takes down the wave. Strength of the battered assault versus the creeps. Pretty nice. Still Nemiga. Their two cores are doing really well out of the laning stage. The Slark is doing okay. Doing well versus the Pranabees, but compared to the PL, he's not on par. I'll scream, he sees his enemies coming. They're both level 5. Bignum, very high in terms of levels. Be careful. Malrine dropping low. Will survive barely, though. Uses the sticks and almost drops down. Bignum, if you can get the snipe. Okay, now he has enough HP to survive the rocket flare. Bignum has been scouted. The rocket flare not gonna be connecting, and well, the bat does get himself away. But their tower is gonna be taking solid amounts of damage here without the bat and the exorcism going strong. Because that is gonna be a nice chip. Nothing too big though. Eric now with the Vanguard, he's a lot harder to kill. So webcam issues, lags coming through. Nemiga, they're gonna be disconnecting. Seems like MoneyMakers, their position 5 Slayer, he does have some similar issues as well. Lucas, not immune to those either. I know, guys, things can be annoying when we do have some pauses in the game, but just bear with us there. Val will have everything finished, probably by major time. Blizzard starting to come back. Violent, very happy there. He's like, ha ha ha. I've never won a lane with the PL versus the LC, but this new overwhelming gods is just not as strong as it used to be. I guess you can use it during the duel, so in some ways it's above, but we saw in some ways it's definitely a nerf. A lane that should be a clear win for you was not. Yegor going for an Atos. That's a staple build for a Death Prophet right now. Everybody goes for it. Say go, MoneyMakers, they're ready, and Nemiga, they're ready as well. Malrine will be the one to resume the game. Health Scream, takes the Watcher there. It was under the watchful eye of the enemies. That's probably the reason they didn't take the Watcher, because they wanted their wards not to... I'll scream, his job is now to be activating Watchers, it seems like. Not that impressive of a position, you guys would have to agree. Considering he's a bounty hunter, he loves money. I don't think it pays too well. But... let's see, Lucas, can they threaten his life? Can they threaten his farm? He's going for an Echo Saber on the Slark, and we're all hoping for a Harpoon. But it's just way too good to disassemble that one into an Aghanims, into a BKB later on, so... Yegor getting gone on. He does get the Spirit Siphon off, and the damage will be quite high that he's taking. Yegor is living, not for long. Malrine, nice dodges there, and Slayer, he's gonna be burned down. A flaming bird, no issue, turned into ashes, not gonna be coming back from there. It's a 2-for-2 though. Overall, not the worst trade for MoneyMakers, but they didn't get that much in terms of experience. Bignum, pulverized from Vazia, not even needed. He's gonna be trampled into the ground. That's a nice kill. Usually it feels really good for a Primal Beast to kill a Clockwork, because that's kind of a natural enemy for you. Yerk, the Vanguard, is actually winning the fights here versus Violent. Violent went for the Asha just to be able to farm a little bit faster. And without the Diffusal Blade, you actually cannot win this man fight. He does have a duel, but without his mid laner, he can't do much. War Phoenix gonna be caught, very low on armor. He's gonna try to dive away, but the attack from the Rubik will be following him through the dive. So bad, he gets himself a kill. Another one for Nemiga. Not a huge one, but it's still nice, just keeping this Phoenix off the map. It's a hero that's reliant on experience, and we know that supports can have experience issues in this 733 patch. They're going for the Yerk, and Vazia, he went over the tower there with the onslaught that allowed Vierk to live. Malrine might have killed Bignum, but it's gonna come at a very big cost. Dying to the DP for a support clockwork, it's not worth it, and his tower will be taking a lot of damage. Speaking of towers and damage, the bottom one does fall. It's gonna be the first one that gets taken down. No glyph on Nemiga. What was stolen? It's gonna be the crit swarm. So bad, doing his best to protect the tower. And but who is protecting him? It's gonna be Silence, but now that means there's no Silence for this guy. And the TP from Violent will defend the mid lane tower for now. The bottom lane duo now is gonna be transferring to the mid lane for defensive purposes. Fazio, careful, dueled. Vierk is coming for him. As the duel will go for it. Do they have the damage to get the kill during his duration? No, but they will probably get the kill in the end. Malrine makes his presence known. The hook shot is at the ready. You don't want to be there, Malrine. Believe me. Let's go for the Firefly. So we'll be getting over the cost quite easily. Nice press the attack. He gets saved. Now, can you save your DP with the lasso? They're keeping her in place. Yegor healing up. He's not going to be able to heal up enough, and that's going to be the first track kill that goes their way. Egg, not a smart move to go for it. 5-6 hits, a little bit too much for a Pathfinder to go through, and Hellscream is even stealing Lotuses here, and will get dusted. So for the next 8 seconds, you need to live. That's not going to be happening. There comes over to get the kill. Malrine is still poking and prodding, doing a lot of damage, and Vazia is back into the world of the living, going over the well there. The water is splashing everywhere. Bignum is gonna get his face washed. Killed as well. Slark is coming over Lucas. He makes his presence known. Slayer, no more egg. Vazia, though, he cannot do the damage. Nice lift up there onto the Slark. The little fish boy doesn't get a single hit in. Doesn't want to jump in aggressively. Now he's going to be fighting a little bit with the Echo Saber. Goes for guilty. The Trample is doing a ton of damage. He's going to be stopped in his tracks there with an Atos. They have the duel this time around. The damage should be sufficient to bring him down and get the extra damage from Vierk. Permanent damage and also permanent agility stacks. A lot of things that Moneymakers did get out of that one duel. 11-11, 1k gold lead. Reminds me of Kurokono Basket. If you guys haven't watched it, go and watch it. It's the best anime in the world. Watch it. I'm talking about it. You're not really a fan. Lucas gonna be going for Malrine. Doesn't have the assault. He has to be careful. He has been tracked. But Malrine, it doesn't matter. Even if it's not the Slark that's chasing him down, the rest of them, he can definitely get the kill. And Malrine is really dropping the ball here on this this batch rider. Started off okay-ish for him. Now, not so much. He's died a couple of times and isn't doing as great as you would want to. Onslaught onto Vierk. He's already out. Oh, actually, he might get pulverized, but he is far enough away to be considered safe.
Middle tower has fallen.
Pavis on the Bounty Hunter. I like that. Or Pavis.
Dire's top tower has
Pavis.
fallen.
Will translates as Pavis. Because that's what we're going for. On the other, he's gonna be needing that shield either way, no matter what it's called, but they're mostly doing magical damage, so that physical damage barrier not really gonna be helping Bignum. He has been tracked, shouldn't be able to take him down. Slark though, he's very low. Lucas going for a TP away. Is it gonna be enough? No, it's not. He goes down, and Yegor, he might be another track kill. They have it for another half duration. Didn't get the Spirit Siphon off immediately. It's gonna be broken. They do remove those charges, smashing him into the ground. No more press the attack, but Yegor will be fine. That's more than enough HP for him to survive. Slayer is in a ton of trouble. He might have saved this mid laner, but he himself will be going down. Vierk might be next. Flame Break will take him back. They don't have the last, so they cannot keep him in place. Vierk is out. And overall, the fight will favor Nemiga. Marine is gonna be getting his Witchblade. So he's going for that build. They didn't change his shard, right? It's still... Yep. Oh, Flaming Lasso no longer disarms you. Every other attack, yeah, that applies stack of Sticky Napalm. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Violent. He has found them. He does have the Diffusal Blade going for Slayer, who will be able to dive away. But now the Exorcism has been used. Violent, you need to be a little bit careful. He's trying to get the mana from the Phoenix, and Phoenix uses the egg, but it doesn't matter. He's still going to be able to take it down. Now Yegor might be next. His ulti is going strong, but it doesn't really matter. He will get taken down so many PL illusions, which means that you can't really do the damage. And Violent, he is starting to pack a serious punch. This PL winning the laning phase, one of the strongest heroes currently in the meta, is just too big for Moneymakers to deal with. Guys, on your screens, you have a QR code. Look, should I scan it? Of course you should, because you can get up to a $600 bonus on your first deposit on the EGB website, just to make your viewing experience even more fun, which EGB has been doing for us for the entirety of this DPC. Bignum and gone on. Violent, he wants him, he's gonna be eating through all of those cogs. Lucas has the ulti, might need to use it. He is not wanting to do it, and Lucas, because of it, he will die, but he did bait the PL in. It's gonna be Silence, Pavis is on him, but he's still gonna be okay. Violent thinking about turning it around, and Bignum has been tracked, so they see him clearly. They know where he is, and Violent, he is diving violently, living up to his name. He wants death, and he might just get it. The Sunray from the side is gonna be killing up Yegor a little bit, but finally he can easily get out while the rest of his team is finish off Yegor, and Bignum is gonna be next. Slayer, he doesn't have a neck, he doesn't have a life. Bignum is gonna be falling through the support. Oh, he actually lives, and now there is gonna be a duel onto the Pathrider. They cannot stop it. The Shuriken bouncing onto Bignum, not gonna be a kill. Nemiga, they stopped for a second, they hesitated. Malrine, he really wanted to go forward, and he will be punished for it. It's gonna be another dual victory damage, but the price that you paid before it, it's really huge, because look at that gold just going the way of Nemiga. They're now 7,000 gold ahead. The only thing you got out of it was a 18 dual damage, not really something to be proud of. Also Bounty, he's level 10. Once you have a level 2 track, that's where things really become hard to contain in terms of how much net worth Miga will be getting. But that's Lark not using the ulti. It was such a huge mistake. Phoenix does have the Midas. It's gonna be annoyed here by the Bounty Hunter slightly. He goes for a dive away. He understands the dangers to his life. Doesn't want to use the egg. Doesn't even want to, doesn't really want to give the track kills either.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Malrine has the bots too. With the map being so big, we're seeing this more and more, just to be able to be everywhere on the map. And Moneymakers coming
Radiant's bottom
pretty
tower
deep into enemy territory. They might come to regret this choice, because Nemiga, they're in a smoke and they're coming over to fight. The PL, he is there already doing the damage, and Yegor is gone. That Exorcism was just used. Viera has been found. He wants to run. He just wants to get out of this one. He cannot blink away. He's gonna be found in the trees, and he's gonna be tracked. No, actually, they go for Bignum. I'm gonna try to remove that one. He understands Bignum is dead, and Viera, he was thinking, yeah, maybe they forgot about me. Not gonna be the case. He will be removing the tracks, so they don't see him clearly any longer. But can he really get the blink away? That's not gonna be the case. He gets himself over the pit, but Vazia is coming over. He actually misses on him, so the LC does get himself away. So in the end, it's gonna be one track kill plus Yegor going down. But again, a win for Nemiga. Their goal lead continuing to increase. Violent in a good position here to steal their Tormentor, and he probably feels that he cannot die. PL is one of the better heroes to do it. Illusions are there. Viera gonna be coming over, and he gets the duel off. He knows that that is the real one, even with the jukes, but Violent is still gonna be okay getting himself out, or is he? He's actually standing his ground and fighting and winning. He's winning. The egg is dropping low. One more hit, and it will pop. And look at Violent. He's not even close to dying. Lucas is trying to do as much as he can, but he's gonna be caught by the Pulverize, and Lucas is dead. Violent is beyond godlike with a triple kill, and now he's gonna be taking this Tormentor. Moneymakers, they get ripped apart in that team fight, and now this game has gone from hard to to impossible.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Marine is farming here. He's like, I don't even need to do much. Violent is gonna win on his own, and that's how it feels. He's 14,000 net worth. He's gonna have his heart now, and he's just going around the map getting these tormentors down for his teammates. Look at it. He's not taking any damage from it, being able to solo it, and is gonna be getting it now. Bounty or the Primal Beast that is gonna be the Bounty Hunter. Look at the two supports. The only one that has more farm than them is the Slark, and to be honest, that's not gonna last for too long. 1 or 2 more track kills, and these supports on Nemiga are so farmed. These heroes on Moneymakers, they're making no money. They need to be watching some TikTok videos about millionaires teaching you how to make money. Just buy my program, and you're just kidding. Of course, guys, don't do it. It's a little bit of fun here. Anyways, though, the gold lead is quite substantial. Supports of Nemiga, very, very farmed. Poor LC. Look at him behind both of the supports by quite a significant margin.
Radiant are scanning.
26-14. One more fight for Nemiga. They're gonna be all of their heroes are gonna be at the top of the network chart, something that we don't see too often, but when a new patch comes out, anything is possible. It seems like it's impossible for Nemiga to lose here, despite losing one game. A series is not something they're gonna be dropping. I would be very surprised if now this map would go towards Moneymakers. Lucas, so be careful. Does have the Diffusal Blade, does have the Echo Saber. Hagenham Scepter is going to be his next item of choice. Violent is going towards the Butterfly. Just wants to go full on stats. I mean, with the extra attack speed, it's going to be insane. And I mean, more armor. The enemies, how can they really kill you? Oh, Moneymakers are going for Roche. Sneaky, sneaky from their side. They're going to be using the Exorcism. That means that their base is going to be left alone. Tier 3 for Roche. Maybe even the Raxes. We'll see how worth that actually is. Nemiga, they have no idea that this is happening, or even if they do, now would be too late to make anything happen. They are pushing a Tier 3. They will be able to claim it. But the Raxes, that's going to be another beast all entirely. Violent, he gets the tower. Lucas, he gets the Aegis. Let's see if Nemiga is this enough to deter them. It doesn't seem that way. Vierak comes over, and Vierak will get found. No, he's hiding in the trees. They don't see him. Yegor gonna be caught. His Exorcism is running low. He's not getting any of his HP back. Look at what they're doing to their enemies. There's gonna be a lasso onto the Vierak LC, and the Slark is left alone in this world. Been left outside alone. It doesn't feel good. The buyback coming out from Vierak. He is already having a pretty bad time. Diego will come out, and with the shard, he's deterring them with the Sunray. With the Slark, he cannot commit. He had an Aegis earlier, and they showed him what he can do with it and how much it is actually going to help. It was the best play that they had, but it wasn't a good play at all. Rubik is the only one that hasn't overtaken the Slark. Come on, little Rubik. Take everything from them. Once the tower in the mid lane falls, that should be it. Needs to wait for the creeps to come. Moneymakers, you maybe have one more fight left in you. You don't have your ultis, but you cannot just wait for Violent to take everything down. You have to challenge them. You have to go forward and try to fight. If you don't, it's just gonna be you rolling over, you bending over, and waiting for Nemiga to finish the job. Slark is still not giving away his spot, and even the DP is there. I think this is the epic race that we've been waiting for. Rubik, 40 gold behind the Slark. Let's go, Rubik. Let's see who's cheering for who. Support players definitely gonna be going for the Rubik, and there it is. He overtakes him. All 5 of them are topping the network chart. The gold is ours, Moneymakers. They're gonna have to be changing their name, to be honest. Hoping that they don't change their players, because they did okay in this season. They're gonna be ending it with a 3-4 score. Lotus Orb turns the Phantom Lance unfortunately, it's not going to be the PL illusion that gets spawned. The DP1. Slark has been caught. Slark will be killed. No chance to use Slark back. No chance to use the ulti or the shard. He is just dead. Now everybody's running away from Vazia, who with his Aghanim Scepter is doing so much damage to the Uproar. But look at Violent and his positioning. This is my base. Actually, our base, because there's a gazillion of us. And all of us are topping the deck for a shard. Pierre running away. He has been tracked. Vazia without the BKB doesn't want to commit, and his spirit is being taken away, but he is not afraid of you, Yegor. He doesn't care. This IG will be put there in their base. The base of Nemiga. MoneyMakers, they're enjoying their time here because this is the last game for them here in Division 2. Same is true for Nemiga. Nemiga are going to Division 1. So MoneyMakers, you fight them now because in the next two, you're not going to have the option of doing so. Egg gonna be used, Violent going for it. Who was the ult? It's gonna be an illusion, no one cares about it, and the PL is just continuing to go ham and killing everybody. MoneyMakers, they don't want to call GG, they're waiting to get knocked down. Lucas tried to save them there with the Depth Shroud. Not gonna be happening, but yeah, the GG was called, and Nemiga, they claimed the victory. They are gonna be undefeated, just like in Tour 3 in the previous year. They are gonna be undefeated. The question is, can they crush it in Division 1? Because last time in Division 1, in Tour 1, they didn't do too well. But they're gonna be coming back for another round to show what they got, what they've learned, and can they really stick it to some of the best teams in the region. So guys, that's it for today. We only have one more day left here at the Eastern European DPC. Today we had 3 series for you guys. Yulei How beat Sigma YNT 2-0. Team Sexy 2-0 versus No Sorry, and we ended the day with Nemiga beating MoneyMakers, but with a score of 2-1, so we did get our decider. It was a fun series, but in the end, Nemiga were stronger. Tomorrow, the last day of the Eastern European DPC, of course, we're going to have tiebreakers probably on April the 26th, but tomorrow, you know, the standard part of the league will end with Yulei Hao versus Cybercats. That's going to be the first game of the day, starting at 15 CEST, and then we will move on to Team Sexy versus Navi Junior. Tomorrow, we are probably going to know if tomorrow we're gonna know if Yulei Hao are going to Division 1 or if Team Sexy will be able to threaten that one, because Team Sexy currently 4-2, Yulei Hao 5-1. If Yulei Hao lose to Cybercat, Team Sexy wins versus Navi Juniors, we are gonna have a tiebreaker for that spot. So tomorrow everything is gonna crystallize here, so we're gonna find out who's going through, who's playing tiebreakers to stay in the division, who is going to Division 1. The only things that we know for certain is Sigma YNT, they're out. Nemiga Gaming, they're going through. And Yulei Hao and Team Sexy, they are the only ones that can stay, they can go to Division 1. While Cybercats and No Sorry, these are the teams. These are the teams that are facing elimination. No Sorry, no chance to do anything. Cybercats, at least they have a chance. If they win tomorrow, they are definitely going to be staying in, but their opponent is a little bit too tough. With that being said, guys, we are done for today. Tomorrow we'll be back at 15 CEST, as previously mentioned, and we're going to be bringing more great Dota to you guys. But until then, have a good night, and bye-bye.